You know what? Earlier today, I was talking to some people about marriage and what makes a good relationship work. And I used to always tell people about how the a marriage is like a kite. Now the man is the kite itself. This is the man right there. Now this is the woman, the tail. Let me explain why she's the tail. You see, a man, a kite, can only take height if he has a tail. A kite cannot fly by itself. As a matter of fact, the tail will stay on the ground if it doesn't have a kite. Now, if the tail is too short, the kite's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to flop around the ground. If the tail is too long, then guess what again? The kite won't operate. So you have to have the right one. Now understand something, ladies and men, that this kite, if you notice, has a T-frame in it. That's the old-fashioned kite. That kite, this represents the cross, which is Jesus. So both the man has to have a good spiritual foundation. He has to know who he is in God. Okay, he has to have Christ there. So she's attaching herself to a man that knows the Lord. Now, if you notice, there's always a string attached to the kite, and this is the master of the kite right here. So you see, because Jesus is our connection to God. Now, when we understand how this works, that we know that God will see us through anything, and all we got to do is go through Jesus, and God's going to hear our cries and our needs. A kite might even, hey, it might get stuck in the tree, but you know God can get you out of everything. You know, through Jesus, all things are possible. It's going to have some hard weather sometime. The wind's going to blow really hard, but we have to understand that through Jesus, we have God, and we know that we'll get through it together. At no point can a kite disconnect the tail and still fly. At no point can the tail disconnect itself from the kite and still fly. So the two need each other, and those two together are one in unity, and they have Christ to always lead them to God, and through God all things are possible. So that's my quick little thing about how a marriage can work out. And there's, guess what? There's hard times too. Doesn't mean you have smooth sailing because you got all these things together. Because, you know, hey, if you read the Bible right, everybody went through some things. Now, I got a wife who just won't let go. And trust me, if it wasn't for us and Jesus and God, we would be torn apart. But because he mends all things, we're still together. I'm not the perfect husband. She's not the perfect wife, but through Christ, it works. Okay? So that's my little quick lesson today about a relationship. Peace.